I would like to welcome you all for this presentation on behalf of the PADICO Consortium. As we highlight in the title, this is an academic cooperation program to propose and create innovative water solutions in Palestine. I originally come from Turkey and I'm working at the University of Twente in the Netherlands as a postdoctoral researcher and also coordinator of this program. The main focus of this program is, as I said, developing innovative water solutions, and we want to do this through three types of innovations, starting with the development and testing of new technologies, application of innovative methods using current technologies, and also introduction of new water use and management systems. And we look at innovation from incorporation of three different elements, including the sectors, especially the policy sectors that are surrounding water, which were mentioned several times in several presentations, such as agriculture, land use, environment, and energy, and also cooperation between different types of actors coming from all these sectors, and also different disciplines who are usually scientists from social and natural sciences and engineering, and also usually different countries, as we also heard over the days of this Arab Water Week. And the third element is incorporating the interests of public and private sectors. And these include, of course, water users and local and national governments and companies, private companies, and non-governmental or civil society organizations. So our idea was to establish an academic cooperation program through the involvement of universities. And for this purpose, we brought 5 universities from Palestine: Bir Zayed, An-Najah, Al-Quds, Palestine Technical University, Kadoorie, and Palestine Polytechnic, and 5 universities from the Netherlands. These are University of Twente, Maastricht School of Management, TU Delft, Wageningen, and UNESCO IHE. These 10 universities came together in 2012 with the facilitation of the Palestinian ambassador, and they went to Palestine to visit all the universities. And then in between May and December, discussions were made both within the universities in Palestine and Netherlands, and also between the universities in Palestine and Netherlands. And water was chosen as the key topic to do cooperation. In 2013, we made a needs assessment between January and March. So I will give the results, but the method was to talk to different ministries that are involved in the water sector, and also to talk to different NGOs and universities that are doing research, education, and training in the water sector in Palestine. And these were brought into a proposal. And between May and June, we got feedback from different stakeholders. And in December, the program was launched in Palestine, Bethlehem, during the Dutch-Palestinian Bilateral Forum, which was organized by the Dutch government. And in 2014, we started the implementation. The researchers wrote full proposals for the research part, which I will briefly talk about. And then in May, the implementation of the projects were initiated, and we plan to implement this first phase until the end of 2015. And the idea is to continue in 2016 and 17 to implement research projects, education, and training programs. As you see here, we involve various researchers, and currently, we have more than 50 researchers involved in this program. To briefly summarize the results of the needs assessment, we identified several problems of water-related higher education in Palestine, starting with the shortage of highly qualified staff required for higher education related to water sector. And also there was insufficient capacity to conduct quality research and training in priority fields of the water sector. And there was lack of attention in the curricula, the bachelor and master level studies, for the management and governance in the water sector, with a big focus on engineering and natural sciences. And it was also mentioned that there were no innovative solutions and technical know-how, or they were limited. By implementing this program, we hope to reach several results, including improved quality in education, training, and research, also establishing strong linkages between academic and non-academic stakeholders, which is currently weak in Palestine, and I heard similar situation in Jordan. The interaction between university and government was lacking. The third expected result, is generation of new knowledge and technical expertise, and of course, contributing to innovative solutions in the water sector. And ultimately, we want to improve the individual, organizational, and institutional capacity of the Palestinian higher education. So we are implementing 3 clusters, which include various activities. In the education cluster, we have activities about curriculum development and also feasibility analysis of a PhD program on water, because at the moment there are no PhD programs in water in Palestine, and students who want to do PhDs, they usually go abroad, Europe, US, Jordan, or other countries. And another type of activity in education is joint supervision of students, and also exchange of students and staff between countries. The second cluster is applied research. This includes joint research projects and dissemination activities such as workshops, conferences, joint events, and also awareness raising. As part of this cluster, we are organizing a conference in February in Palestine between 24 and 26 February. Another activity in research is visiting fellowships for researchers to spend time in the other country. And the third cluster is training. This starts with the assessment of existing programs in Netherlands and Palestine. This is an ongoing activity. And the second type of activity is training for different types of stakeholders, including water users, policymakers, and practitioners. So to implement these 3 clusters, we are adopting a transdisciplinary methodology, which means we want to bring together academic and non-academic stakeholders. This is mainly an academic cooperation program initiated by universities, as I said, but we also want to include non-academic stakeholders, which is also supported by the Dutch policy, because Dutch development policy says for Netherlands, water is among the top sectors, especially in Palestine, and also involvement of private sector is encouraged financially and institutionally. There are different instruments to improve the engagement of private companies in research and innovation. Also, this transdisciplinary approach is incorporated into our organizational structure. We have a steering committee, which includes representatives from universities and ministries. And technical advisory committee similarly has representatives from both parties. We have a program management team which works closely with these committees, and the team involves members from Palestine and Netherlands. The coordinator from the Netherlands side is me. And under the program management team, there are 3 cluster coordinators who are managing the activities. In this table, we summarize the involvement of non-academic governmental stakeholders from Palestine and from Netherlands through different roles. For example, facilitation of activities, funding, direct involvement in clusters, strategic advice, and technical advice. As summarized, there are 5 Palestinian stakeholders involved, starting with the General Delegation of Palestine in The Hague, Netherlands, and also relevant ministries, including water, environment, agriculture, and higher education. From the Dutch side, we have the Netherlands Representative Office in Ramallah, who is also funding this program at the moment. And we also got some funding from Netherlands Enterprise Agency to attract private companies in the Netherlands to collaborate within this program. And we also have the Netherlands Water Partnership, who are facilitating some of our activities, such as meetings with private companies and giving us strategic advice in terms of direction in the coming years. So through meetings with several private companies in the Netherlands and in Palestine, we identified different types of possibilities, ranging from co-developing new solutions and exchanging of scientific information to involvement in academic teaching and contributing to trainings. Here I want to give a few examples of our projects. At the moment we are implementing 11 research projects within the first phase of our program, and we identified 4 themes which reflect the needs of Palestinian water sector. These are non-conventional water resources, such as treatment and reuse of wastewater, artificial recharge of groundwater, desalination, use of alluvial waste for treatment and reuse. The second theme is water quality, sanitation, and public health. Third theme is water management and governance. And fourth theme is water and agriculture production. I want to give one example for each theme. For theme 1, we have a project that combines renewable energy, mainly solar and biogas, for using in wastewater treatment processes, which will be the first project in Palestine to combine renewable energies for wastewater treatment. And this project aims to also contribute to food and water security, and of course energy security by using of renewable energy. And for business organizations, we identified several opportunities, such as providing their technical expertise and bringing equipments that they can test within the project, and also evaluating the extent to which these kind of technologies can be applied in Palestine at a larger scale. For this project, University of Twente is collaborating with Annaja University in Palestine, and we have a Dutch company who is also partnering with us to host Palestinian and Dutch researchers and students, and also to provide technical expertise in the use of renewable energy for wastewater treatment. The second project on the theme of water quality, sanitation, and public health is about investigation of disinfection byproducts from treated wastewater and groundwater. This project also involves an innovation in terms of using UV solutions, and it also engages a private company from the Netherlands with partnership from TU Delft in the Netherlands and Elkus University in Palestine. The third project under the theme of water management and governance is evaluation and assessment of groundwater resources in the Eastern Aquifer in the West Bank. And this project also aims to create new knowledge in terms of assessment of available water resources. And it incorporates the current and proposed software solutions of a Dutch company called Hydrologic, and also Arish, and a think tank from Palestine, will be involved in this project as an external partner, and the other partners will be University of Twente and Palestine Technical University Khadori. And the last theme is water and agriculture production. I want to give the example of project on improving crop yield and production from rain-fed agriculture. This project also focuses on monitoring of water availability, and the aim is to improve agriculture production. Again, the company Hydrologic will be involved together with Birzeit University from Palestine and University of Twente from the Netherlands to provide their knowledge and expertise in forecasting water availability, and also to provide training to Palestinian researchers on site and also in Palestine, and through also organizing visits to different companies that Hydrologic is currently working with. So looking at these projects that are ongoing and the ideas that are surrounding PADUCO on research, education, and training, we have quite ambitious goals. And our idea is actually in the long term to have a stronger base by establishing partnerships both between current partners who already initiated this project, this program, and also involving new partners. And we plan to write proposals to implement new education, training, and applied research projects, which could be at large scale, both in terms of size and also in terms of scaling up to current pilot projects. And another approach is enlarging the pie, so to cooperate with more non-academic organizations, such as companies and civil society organizations, and also cooperating with organizations from other countries in Europe and Middle East and North Africa. Currently, we are in discussion with several countries from the Middle East and North Africa to see whether such an approach can be also applicable in their countries, starting with the identification of the needs and then discussing together with universities from several countries and proposing ideas to improve education, training, and research. And from Europe, we have contacts with several countries to write, for example, proposals for Horizon 2020 program to implement large-scale research projects, and also other programs such as Erasmus+, which target mainly education. That's what I would say for today, and I would be happy to have your feedback.
Thank you very much. Any questions for clarification before we go into discussion? We have one question, again, from the back.
Thank you very much for a nice presentation. Munqadh Mahir again. هيك? Okay. A remark, I could not help but noticing that the researchers, the photos, the different photos you show that we have much more foreigners than locals in Palestine. I don't know what is the numbers, but I would like to see more researchers from the region. Mm-hmm. My other question for you is that did any one of your team or researchers looked into the real issue of interdependency with Israel in terms of water? We know that it's a very complicated issue over there, and Palestinians are not receiving the rightful share of water. So anybody addressed that in the research? Thank you.
Regarding the photo, I'm sorry if it doesn't represent diversity. Actually, it doesn't include only Palestinian and Dutch. It also includes Indian and Turkish researchers, such as myself. I'm Turkish. And in the picture, you see, I don't know how to... this is Mahmoud Rahil from Palestine. This is Amar Kanan from Palestine. Dr. Nawaf from Palestine. Dr. Ibrahim from Palestine. So we have quite many. I don't know the exact distribution, but I would say actually there are more Palestinian researchers than Dutch researchers, because almost all the Palestinian researchers that are active in the water sector are involved. But this is not the case for the Netherlands. We have many other departments from our university even that are not involved in this program. Regarding the second issue, the interdependency, or I would understand it more, dependency of Palestine to Israel in terms of water resources. Some of the projects that we are implementing are addressing this issue specifically. For example, creating a new water supply through non-conventional resources such as artificial groundwater recharge, and treatment of wastewater, and also treatment of olive mill waste. So to create new water supply, which would reduce the dependency of Palestine to Israeli water supply. And also in terms of energy, for example, the project that I mentioned about using solar and biogas, that also would contribute to decreasing energy dependency of Palestine to Israel. But I wouldn't say comprehensively this is the core objective of the cooperation program, because this is just an initiation of cooperation between two countries on a very high level. We had discussions with several universities also to address this issue in a comprehensive way by involving Israeli partners. There are different approaches to this, in terms of whether cooperating, so normalization of the situation of occupation and lack of control of Palestine over water. And also there's another approach that says let's cooperate whatever the current situation is. So we will see in the coming years whether we will collaborate more. And also collaboration with Jordan is, I think, another approach to have a more comprehensive view of the situation in terms of water, because we know that the basin, Jordan River Basin, and also the aquifers, they are transboundary, and Israel and Palestine are not the only countries. So we hope to include those concerns in the future.
Thank you very much. I would now like to open the floor for discussion, and I will invite our speakers to actually come and sit here. We started a little bit late, so I suggest we continue until we finish whatever questions there are and discussion issues from the floor, but no later than 1:15, since lunch is delayed and it will not be served until 1:30. So welcome. We had already one question, I think, from the gentleman over here. You wanted to ask previously before for the presentation, and we continued then. So we will take a question here, please.
محمود دورو شركة المياه ليبيا. سؤالي للمحاضر علي بخصوص النظرة الاقتصادية للمياه وعلاقتها بالزراعة. أنا حسيت أن كانت المحاضرة على علاقة المياه بالزراعة بالأردن بالدرجة الأولى، وكانت رؤية المحاضر أن المياه سلعة يجب أن تحسب حساب اقتصادي في استخدامها في الزراعة، بمثال أن استخدام كمية من المياه في إنتاج الزيوت أنها هي غير اقتصادية، بحيث أن التكلفة الاقتصادية مساوية للإنتاج، يعني الإنبوت يساوي الأوتبوت، وهذه نظرة اقتصادية صرفة بعيدة عن النظرة الوطنية أو النظرة، لأن المياه هي وسيلة للإنتاج وتوفير الغذاء للمواطن. أنا إذا كان ما أنتجت الزيت في بلدي هشتريه من برا بالعملة الصعبة، وهذا ممكن يكلفني أكثر من الإنتاج الداخلي. أو أنا مع المحاضر بحيث أن تكون عدم التصدير. إذا كان أنا بنتج مياه بأنتج زيت للتصدير، في الحالة هذه ممكن يكون النظرة الاقتصادية تكون ضرورية والحسابات ضرورية، لكن الاستهلاك المحلي للمواطن، لأن المي هي من الله وبيستخدمها الإنسان لأغراض منها الزراعة والإنتاج. فأنا ما مع المحاضر في رؤيته للاقتصادية لاستغلال المياه في الزراعة، فمش عارف شنو رأيه يعني.
Okay, thank you very much. We can take a couple of more questions before we invite our panelists to reply. Yes.
الأخت سلوحة من تونس. سؤالي موجه إلى الأخ علي. هل فكرتم من خلال
أنا اسمي عون، أنا اسمي عون كلوب، أنا ألقيتها بالنيابة عن زميلي المهندس علي.
شكرا
للتصحيح بس.
شكرا، ما في مشكل. يعني سؤالي من خلال هذا المنتدى وهذه المنهجية التشاركية بين الوزارات المعنية والجهات يعني ONG، هل هناك يعني توجه ونظرا لندرة المياه في جهة الأردن، هل فكرتم في تحلية المياه كمورد ل يعني التحصل على كميات أكثر من المياه وإعادة استعمال المياه في المجال الفلاحي. شكرا.
I suggest we take one more question, perhaps. So we have 3. I let him answer. Okay, no problem. Please.
شكرا سيدي على الملاحظة اللي تفضلت فيها. أنا أول شيء ما تحدثت إنه عدم جدوى. أنا حكيت المردود قليل. في فرق بين ما نحكي عدم جدوى وما نحكي المردود أو العائد قليل. قضية ما بين المياه والزراعة قضية شائكة. بجوز حضرتك بتعرف إنه الفاتورة الغذائية للوطن العربي بلغت في العام 2012 الأرقام اللي عندي 38 مليار دولار حجم الغذاء المستورد للوطن العربي. الوطن العربي يزخر